Hey guys, Psychic Pictures here, and welcome to Let's Review Manga. Today, we will look at one that I was skeptical about, but since it got popular with its anime, I checked it out and eventually purchased the first two manga. This is Monster Musume Volume 1. So, this manga starts off with Mia, a half-human, half-serpent monster, and I think the male lead's name is Darling? I don't know. I'll call him Darling since we're introduced to him as Darling. So, these two are in bed waking up, and Darling's trying to get out of bed, but is being smothered by Mia. And 3 pages in, and we have our first of many boob shots, for no reason. So, Darling tries to get free of Mia wrapping herself around him, but fails. Until he grabs the tip of her tail. So, the reason I was skeptical was for this next response. Mia's sensitive point is the tip of her tail. So Darling starts jerking off her tail so she could let him go to the point where she... I can't believe I'm saying this. Comes. No, I'm not kidding. That is the first scene. The rest of the anime was just as bad, if not worse, than this, in terms of fan service. So, back to the manga. So Darling gets a bath ready for Mia where they have a scene where Mia wants Darling to join her, and of course, she is naked, nipples showing and all. So, to stop her this time, Darling has to spray her with cold water. Now for breakfast. And this is where the TV explains that 3 years ago, a treaty was passed that allowed half-human monsters into the human world to roam around with a homestay family. So then Miss Smith shows up and reveals that the main character's actual name is Kurusu Kimihito. Smith is an interspecies cultural exchange coordinator, and she tells Kimihito that it would have severe consequences to harm a half-human, including having sex. So, for having sex with a half-human, Kimihito would be arrested, and Mia would be deported to her native land. Who designed this law? It's so stupid! Anyway, Smith pretends to try to kiss Kimihito when Mia whacks him on the face and slithers in clothed but wet. So, Smith leaves and Mia asks Kimihito if breaking the law is actually that bad. Since he took her in with open arms, Mia has fallen for Kimihito and says that she wants him to be her first. And she dislocates his shoulder by accident. In chapter 2, the two go on a date. Isn't that equal to breaking the law? Anyway, they have fun and enter a lingerie shop. Okay, this is just fan service. So, Mia doesn't wear bras and has a hard time picking one, so to add to the fan service, she takes off her shirt in the dressing room while Kimihito is with her. And to add to that, he runs out of the dressing room and accidentally takes her panties off. Oh my gosh, 2 chapters in and there has been nothing but fan service moments. So, they leave the store and these two people start making fun of Mia and Kimihito being together. Mia retaliates by throwing her tail, but hits Kimihito instead. This is because if a half-human harms a human, like what just happened, the half-human would be deported. She just broke the law and nothing happened. So, that is null and void when it's with her homestay family? Okay, weird. So, people start taking pictures of Mia, so the two run to a love hotel to get away from that. Okay, now the writers are doing this on purpose. Just let them have their love moment and be done with it. So, they enter the love hotel, Mia takes a bath, and more boobs! Seriously? Again? Just before they can try to have sex for the 4th or 5th time, Smith blows up the door. Ugh. She then realizes they had a misunderstanding about the situation, and the two jerks from earlier arrive on the scene and start blabbing their mouths again. This time, Kimihito punches them really hard into the wall. Good job, dude. So, Smith patches up Kimihito since he bruised his knuckles, and she leaves. Mia then comes in, and Kimihito explains that she shouldn't get deported over trash like them. She is a girl first and a monster second. So, because of this, Mia flops on top of Kimihito, takes her shirt off, and tries to have sex with him. Again! Did the writers not see how stupid this was? But again, Smith comes in and asks what's for dinner. What is wrong with these people? Smith is a freeloader, Mia is a slut, and Kimihito is the only normal one. So, the next chapter starts with Mia and Kimihito folding laundry and reflecting on what happened the day before. Mia enters the house and hears a flutter. She runs out to see a harpy kidnapping her darling. So, in the park, the harpy introduces herself as Poppy to Kimihito and decides she wants to eat ice cream with him. Okay, nothing sexual can come out of this, right? Of course there is. Poppy sucks on Kimihito's popsicle since she dropped hers, and it looks like she's giving him a blowjob. Yes, that really happens. He even pulls the popsicle out of her mouth, and it looks like he ejaculated on her face. Okay, that's going too far. This needed to be a hentai. So, Poppy takes a bath in the fountain she was next to, drags Kimihito into the water, and Mia shows up. So, Mia and Poppy have a hissy fit when they are stopped by Kimihito. Now, there's a girl stuck in a tree, so Mia and Poppy decide to help her out. Mia slithers up the tree and accidentally scares the kid out of the tree. Poppy lets the girl fall on her while she was in the air, but can't fly due to her back. So Kimihito saves them both on the ground. A policeman then shows up, and since the girl is safe, he asks Kimihito for Mia and Poppy's IDs. Kimihito did not have Poppy's ID, but Smith comes in the nick of time, saying that she has the ID. Back at the house, Smith pawns Poppy off on Kimihito, so Poppy wants to take a bath with Kimihito while Mia finds out from Smith that Poppy has actually reached maturity, much to the distress of Mia. So, she barges in and takes Kimihito's place in the bath. Time for chapter 4. Okay, Kimihito is going home from getting groceries when suddenly a centaur crashes into him. This walking, talking boob fantasy is Centaura. Bet you can't guess the species she is. While talking with Kimihito, a woman's purse is stolen by a guy on a motorcycle. So, the two hilariously chase after the guy, and Kimihito ends up accidentally ripping Centaura's shirt off, trying to hang on for dear life. This causes the perp to crash, but also Centaura. As the perp uses Centaura's fake sword to try to kill Centaura, Kimihito jumps in front of her in the nick of time. Back at the house, Centaura, or Saria, as the people she's close to call her, apologizes about the incident and swears her allegiance to Kimihito when the other two girls barge in. This chapter was simple, but the chase is great, wacky, and hilarious. It might have boob grabs and boob shots, but is played for laughs here rather than just because the writers can. On to chapter 5, the final chapter in this volume. To start off, we see a fight with Mia and Saria about Kimihito, so Poppy and Kimihito go take a bath since the interspecies law was getting to Poppy's head. Smith gave Kimihito a bathing suit for Poppy to wear, and while helping her into it, Kimihito accidentally touches her breasts. They both fall into the bathtub, but before Poppy can sink her claws into Kimihito, Saria saves him by pinning Poppy to the wall with arrows. The two then gallop to the park where the two have a surprisingly touching moment when they first hold hands. But of course, Mia and Poppy show up, and just as they are about to fight Saria over Kimihito, Smith arrives with a tranq gun and accidentally hits Kimihito with 3 darts. Back at the house where the girls apologize, to which Kimihito replies that they are family and to just not go overboard. Everyone seems to be settled until Smith says that an amendment of the interspecies law could have half humans and humans marry each other. Well, that got interesting. So, what did I think overall? Well, it has a good cast, great designs, but way too much fan service. Seeing as I've seen the anime first, I expected this, but it seems like the writers just wanted to see boobs. True, there is a plot, kind of, but the fan service gets so much in the way that you can't focus on what's going on. This is by far the most fan service I've seen in any manga or anime. Stay away from this if you aren't used to the anime or manga fan service. Next review, we'll be looking at Testament of Sister New Devil. This has been Psychic Pictures, and I'll see you guys next time.